Happy Monday, boys and girls. Welcome back to more telling time this week. If you hear some noises in the background, like birds, it's because I am spending my time outside, just like I hope you guys get a chance to this week. All right, I want you to take out your clocks if you still have them, your whiteboard, marker, and your digital time. It's the last sheet in the packet. I know you have one more sheet to do. Save that for another day, okay? We're going to get started on the last sheet today. So last week we talked about the parts of an analog clock. Right here is the face. We have the hour hand, which is the short hand. Then the minute hand, which is the long hand. The hour always comes first. So right now on our clock is showing time to the hour. It is 3 o'clock. If we make it halfway around the clock, we say it's been a half hour, okay? Halfway around the clock, it's pointing to the 6. What time is shown on my clock right now? If you said 3:30, great job. Remember that hour hand didn't make it to the 4 yet, so it's not 4 o'clock. That minute hand didn't make it all the way to the top, so it's 3:30. Okay, it's the half hour. Today we're going to be talking about quarter after and quarter to. So take a look. Our new time on the clock is 4 o'clock. When our minute hand moves every number, okay, when it moves every number, it goes up by 5. So when we go 5, 10, 15, we say this is quarter after. So notice my hour hand didn't make it to the 5. So the hour is still 4. So I'm going to write that down. Lots of traffic going by today because it's so nice out. So sorry about the background noise. The hour is still 4. But take a look. 5, 10, 15. The time is 4:15. Notice the hour hand's a little bit past the 4 because the minute hand keeps moving. And every time that minute hand moves, the hour hand moves just a little bit. So it's quarter after 4, meaning it's 4:15. Now, what if that minute hand makes a full rotation around the clock? Now, a full rotation means it's back to quarter after. What is the new time? Our hour is at 5 now because it's not quite to the 6, so I write 5. Remember, it's quarter after, meaning 5:15. Quarter after 5, 5:15. Let's move your clocks now to 5:30. Notice, the minute hand is halfway around the clock, and the hour hand is halfway between the two numbers. Okay, it's ready to be a new number. On your clocks, what I want you to do is I want you to find 6:15, okay? I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to find 6:15, or I want you to pause the video to find 6:15. If you'd like, stop and take a picture of your clock at 6:15 and send it to me. Okay, so pause the video now until you get it. I'm going to erase my whiteboard. All right, if you're at 6:15, it's 6:05, 10, and 15. What's another way that we can say 6:15? We can say quarter after 6. It is 6:15. Now, we talked about quarter after, but let's shift gears and talk about quarter to. So our quarters, our clock is just broken up into the 4 numbers then. So our quarters here, it's 6:30, and then it's going to stop at the 9. Our minute hand's going to stop at the 9 when it's quarter to. Look at that. Our hand's almost to the 7, but it's not there yet because the minute hand hasn't gotten to the top of the clock. Okay, so 6:45 it is. So our hour hand still is 6. Okay, so I want you to write a 6 because the hour's still 6. We didn't make it to 7. Remember, it goes up by 5 each time. We know the 3 is 15, but if you want to start counting by 5s with the 1, you can, or you can start at the 15. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. What would the 9 be? 45. So 1/4 means that it is 6:45, or the minute hand is at 45. It's on the 9, means 1/4. Quarter after the 12, so remember we're always looking at the top of the clock at the 12, means the minute hand is at the 3. 1/2 means it's almost to the 12. It's on the 9. Okay? What if that clock makes another full rotation? Oh, we got to a new hour because we passed the 12. Got to a new half hour. Now we're 1/4. What is my new time? My hour hand isn't quite to the 8 because it's not quite, my minute hand's not to the 12 yet. So my hour is 7. Okay? And I put my dots to separate the hour from the minutes. My hour is 7. What is my minute hand now? My minute hand is now on the 9, which when we counted 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So my new time is 7:45, or 7:45. It's almost 8 o'clock on my clock. I want you to pause, and I want you to find 9:45, okay? So meaning the time is going to be 8:45 on your clock, okay? Pause the video now, and I want you to get 8:45 up on your clock. I'm going to erase my whiteboard. All right, I'm hoping you all paused your clocks. That was 7:45, so 8:45 would be one more lap. Take a look. The minute hand and the hour hand are almost together. That's showing me 8:45. It's almost 9 o'clock. It's 9:15. Okay? So it's 8:45. I want you to write that on your whiteboards. It's 8:45. Let's shift gears now and take a look at our digital time worksheet. Okay? Remember, we're always going to look at the hours first. So my hour hand is the shorter hand. Where is that hour hand? It can't be at that 7 yet because that minute hand isn't at the 12. So my hour is 6. And remember what the 9 was? If you don't remember, go back and count by 5s, okay? Label your first clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it's 6:45. Now you can use your first clock if you need to pause, okay, the video to write those numbers down. Go ahead. Now you can use your first clock to help you look at all the times on the other ones. So let's look at number 2 now. All right. Remember, that minute hand hasn't made it very far around the clock, which means that hour is still 4. The minute hand's pointing to the 3. It is 4:15. Please finish the rest of the work, and I'm so excited to see these. Have a great rest of your math.